That's close. Good luck.
For the WBC Super Lightweight title, 12 rounds. No one's been able to figure him out.
He's always going to be on the front foot, on the back foot boxing.
And Mike, I asked Matias.
In the middle of the ring, PUR's more lower body movement. See how comfortable he is. He has a monster in front of him walking back. He understands that he's dealing with a fighter with a long on the ropes. Two different styles of shot as well. Matias always has his punches are easy to see, but he's always in the middle of the ring.
Good. Matias got to get that engine going.
That left hand that I was talking about. He's handling it nice, keeping that range, popping that jab right now.
You can see.
Very fast start for him. He needs to keep this pressure on and keep pulling.
I think I'm an indicated left hand. You know, Puello, when he throws it straight like that, then he picks it up. Alberto Puello, he loves going downstairs. Matias better be careful. A lot of pressure being put on.
It's miles better than PUR, but what does that say then if he
jabs?
The crowd already into this one. National sitting down on his shots. No one's picking him to win by knockout, but he does it.
Collected, not breathing heavy, not overloading on punches, and just laser focus on the eyes on Puello.
What
they're hoping to do right now, but Matias wants to light him up as well. Both these guys
out of the gate here in round 2. But that lead takes against Liam PUR. Can he apply the
great? Good timing.
And Puello's going to have to work every minute of that.
And I think too, Sergio, Matias is doing a great job.
Good step in, left hand.
Fire.
Great first round for Puello, but it is encouraging some.
And it's dangerous because normally when you have to.
That first punch.
Yeah, exactly. Good observation. Another one, Mike, because that's what
Matias telling us earlier this week. I have to have.
Even though Puello's the one doing the better work, this feels like the kind of fight.
Really, Matias picked him up with that right uppercut.
That one right on the belt line.
Punch. And believe it or not, both these guys have a 70
performance of my life to beat this
pressure early. He doesn't want this fight to get out of hand so early.
Has Matias learned
both these guys, even though Matias has the Matias is doing a good. His reach look longer. And the fact that Matias
see an energy than he ever did against PUR.
Couple seconds left here in the second round. A close one, but much better. In the corners right now, Sergio.
Too many voices right now.
Yeah. And nice work here from Matias to back Puello up, who looks
like just enough to keep this fight competitive and win rounds. Sometimes that was tucked in of Alberto Puello.
But already, like you said, Mike, a much better performance so far. Tyson Fury had to deal with that over.
I think that's also the way Puello
pressure and non-stop aggression.
Stands in the corner and loads up on the power.
I think that right hand is going to be money for Matias. I know he wants to land the uppercut.
Right hand from Puello, but he knows when he throws one.
But I do want to say, I thought that was sound.
Matias can take a punch, but he's getting hit cleanly by going backwards as well. There, see that sneaky shot?
He's landed a bunch of good body shots this round, and I think he's going to get better and better. See, Puello keeps leaning his head to the left.
Absolutely.
His uppercut is a great punch, especially against a guy like Puello. Keeps leaning over. It's all ended by split decision.
Yeah, that's into an uppercut.
Matias, the aggressor, Puello, the master of fight between these two. They realize what they're going to have to deal with in the ring. Puello putting a lot on his power shots. Matias doesn't have to.
We're good.
We're good.
Now listen.
Guard, but he has to penetrate it with a straight right hand, and that's what he needs to. Matias, there's that right hand. There's Puello does really well.
Yeah, and with the pace these guys are fighting at,
doing everything he can to keep this guy off. It's just Matias, he's relentless. So anytime you get a clinch, you maneuver him back, you push him back.
And I think what's also serving Matias well here is he has
just a non-stop force, isn't he? And Puello's
hitations of their wide shoulders, but they don't have to pull back their punches. Alberto Puello do something that I haven't seen him do recently, especially when you're landing shots and you're not hurting him. That Matias has fought in 12 fights. I mean, that's how you become.
Especially Matias. Shots that could pay dividends later.
And look, no matter we're professional fighters, we know how to absorb
southpaws. Yes, he lost to Puello, but he has quality wins against Jukum.
It's because he's always in your face, no matter where you're.
It's like the kind of fight that's going to be who's in the better condition.
He's attacking you until he breaks you down.
And Matias has gone down. Decided they simply can't take any more. And the
undefeated fighters knocking them out and continue going forward.
The muscle mass that Terence Crawford has added against ahead of this super. Not just Matias finding success with the uppercuts. You see
how Matias' fight seems to be. First 2 rounds, I thought Puello did a pretty nice job.
Even, I can go either way. And he talks about it in the morale.
Putting a lot behind those punches, but he's catching glove. And Matias is not respecting your waist.
And you can see how Matias is trying to close the distance. Let's check in with Chris Mannix, who is scoring this fight. Of course, another close round between Puello and Matias.
It was a little bit too much.
Well, and he's also putting so much behind these power. Oh, that looked like a low punch.
Heavy body shot. Power shots that are from long range. They're inside, just like, say, the body, but, you know, Puello has actually
so much. Just try to land and get out of the way, because if he stays in one...
Breaking down Puello already. I could already see Puello.
For 139 of the 170 combined landed.
Puello uncorking him now as Matias is coming in with his
back. He has great body work, especially over those last couple of rounds. I think Alberto Puello...
Matias back. Matias is not a guy that can fight going backward.
I'll tell you what, guys, it might be...
And it looks like Matias is now cut over the left eye. I'm seeing some...
We're going to see.
See, slow it down, all right?
Going to fight Subriel Matias, but that fight didn't happen. What went down there?
They have their moments, but this is a fight that I think Puello needs to...
This has been one hell of a fight, and it can really go either way right now, but it just feels like...
What a grueling fight this is. Imagine being a...
jab, you know, both of them having their moments on the inside. If someone would just...
For March, like you said, and then see him a little more.
He has to keep that distance. Do not let Matias continue.
That Puello's starting to get frustrated by that pressure. And
Shane Mosley was a shorter, strong fighter that wanted me against the rope. Back up and start popping that jab, and then it looks like you're the ring general, and then that right hand, whether it's a hook or a straight shot, just a wing of straight left.
He went up forward with that fight in May against Barboza.
There's that uppercut right there. Keep throwing that and pop that stick in the end.
We thought Katayev's pressure was going to impress the judges, but the
shoe shining, trying to get your points, trying to get those sexy points, but yes, sir.
When that fight would ever get made, so he was basically forced into this.
Matias can't go jab for jab. He wants to get on the inside with him.
Here. Well, that fight was scored a draw. Who's to say this won't be the same? There's an uppercut from Matias. The crowd showing their approval.
That right-handed Lonas was actually breaking down Puello.
Estamos bien, Puello.
We're good, Puello.
Well, I love the translating because word for word, that's what you
go on.
You remember last night, Amanda Serrano was getting a
punch returned by Puello.
Matias, I think, looking better than a lot of people thought. Just having to react to everything Matias does.
Matias at his best, he reminds me a lot of
the aggressive Matias versus the responsive.
Any of those punches, he parries off that offensive attack by Puello even.
Matias is the boss in the ring right now, no doubt. 5 rounds after this, not great at math. 14 seconds to go. Walking, he's going down. I don't see that happening at all.
No way, you're fighting the truth. You just want to keep him in the fight. You want to keep him confident.
And Puello's power punches have lost a lot of steam.
Yes, they have, and that's the reason. But character and way about him. He wants to hurt, and he has to check the chin. They want him to...
Corner, you're doing great, you're winning, and in the end, that was not count. When Matias rips the little left hand into flurry.
Hey, listen, man, I'm one of the first ones that started calling this man the boogeyman. Of course, everyone...
6 rounds to go after this.
Yes, it does, and if you're not buying time...
Never been beaten. Good left there from Puello.
A good shot by Puello.
And hopefully he gets his second wind and uses his feet, but, you know, I think
he is not known for his defense, but he's starting to make Puello miss a lot.
Ooh, good shots. Not afraid of what you're throwing back, and keeps picking you up with uppercuts.
He's fighting the perfect fight for Matias.
But yeah, the thing about Puello, he is fighting him off on the back.
So Matias off of back-to-back stoppage wins when he's 75% to 25%. Not fearful of Puello's power. Smith has Puello maybe up around, Mike. What do you think of that?
Yeah, you know, you see some clean shots being landed by El Orgullo.
Stop Roberto Ramirez, and then battered Gabriel. First 2 rounds went to Puello.
I mean, Matias
with nothing to worry about with ease.
Could be Puello upper rounds, but I still believe that Matias is putting in the work.
The pride of Matronillo, as us English speakers. New York.
No, that fight against Gabriel Goyas Valenzuela, I mean, that
Forward.
Well, boogeyman Michael Myers just keeps coming. I mean, he's not. Body shot by Puello.
Yeah, he stepped it.
Take down those punches on the inside of the middle.
And we welcome you back to Flushing. Let's check in now with Chris Mannix's scorecard. How do
To
you...
the point now that he's going to have to make an adjustment.
Oh, nice right hand.
You're seeing Puello grab a little more, but Matias a little slow.
Clashes have been happening here. That's because Matias keeps his hands.
Scorecard, but I think he's bang on tonight. Matias
When he throws, that's when he's landing. When his back is against the ropes, he's having a wildly successful 22 wins, 22 knockouts. And I'm David Burrell and Imam Katayev with a fantastic battle. And this
76-76 through 8 rounds.
That Mannix was talking about. You can see it in this round. See how the head's snapping back now, and they're not.
It's New York. The Louis Armstrong
2 rounds. Alberto Puello did a nice job of
I mean, I like the pressure coming forward, even though Puello is landing clean. Matias now, because Matias is getting way too confident.
Good head movement there from Puello.
Listen to me. You want to win this fight? You want to win?
What'd he say to you?
He smiled and he
When
appreciated
the corners aren't really giving you technical advice.
distance and smothers it. But now that Matias doesn't have the legs, he pushes back tactics without the referee noticing.
Re-energized. Maybe, possibly won the last 3.
That's what Puello has been doing this entire fight, and now it's actually walks the other back. That keep taking and sapping the strength from the legs.
Good. All right, we're in the 10th round, and it's a pick 'em.
They're not as fast. You know, their legs aren't as strong. Now it's just heart. It's all
Right now, are they not?
Both of them have heavy legs, but I still like the pound. Muhammad Ali was an expert at that. Clinching, punching, clinching, punching.
And Puello showing some real. Say, go take a seat in the stands. He didn't know who you were.
He didn't know who I was, but I thought
Basically just giving you the rah-rah speech.
yeah, they're just pretty much cheerleaders, because at the end, really sly and smart fighter is this
Holding.
Yeah, if you're holding and not punching.
Joshua Buat. Hey, Abdullah Mason. And Whitaker beat Miller.
City, New York, and
Close battle between Alberto Puello, the champ.
to back up.
Well, the final round, and it was David Morrell who won that round. And Puello is the champ. Good left.
But his legs betrayed him.
But his muscle memory forced it.
All split decision victories.
That right hand score. They say you got to take the title from the champ.
Bounce. Good shot there by Puello.
Lost, while Matias has never won a decision.
A lot more shakier. Look, he's not taking the punches as well anymore.
Close fights. His 3
Start putting combinations together. That's what's actually gonna.
Yeah, Todd, and in that fight against.
And here comes more of it.
Fatigued and his legs aren't under him, and he's slightly hurt. Any shot that's pushing
Right now.
Anytime he misses is when you see he's a better distance fighter, second half fighter. Matias, the pressure wasn't easy. Your knees will buckle and your legs will fail you. But that Matias coming forward, boom, that's the shot.
Balance, 3 minutes to go.
shots in this fight. Matias, when he gets tired, guys.
Todd, I think no matter what happens here.
Oh, he's not even thinking about that right now.
And I love the fact that Puello now, he's
Great action fight and really wiped away the memory of that power loss.
seconds moving backwards and comes back with a punch like that.
Done enough. Every punch. How's your scorecard looking?
Your legs, but when they clinch, he's walking back, Matias.
A lot of close swing rounds that maybe Chris Mannix tilted in the...
Is Alberto Puello. I'm really impressed watching him fight. And look at those little sneaky shots.
103. I've got it for Alberto Puello. His best.
Stops the attack and the forward movement of Matias.